My
Yeah,
bad.
we're gonna talk. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We got
You
some
know,
time.
so I mean, I'm just gonna say, it's almost, it's kind of like what Mr. Overdose says. It's all about smoke and mirrors. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, you're supposed to be the world's best recruiter, but yet we're recruiting all these classes. But yet, when somebody decides, I'm out of here for whatever reason, okay, then it's like, oh my gosh, we don't have anybody. But you just said we have. Somebody please make sense of this to me because I can't find it.
Wayne hit it right on the head though. What he just said.
What are your thoughts about this? Why talk about recruiting ad nauseum, and you're gonna go and get a guy from the portal to fill a void that's not even there?
That's a part of the narcissist society. It's growing and growing and growing. There's only a few of us that still got our right mind. That's South Coast, can't say it. Listen, I started out the beginning of last year, and I got killed for this. And I said, man, if Henry Pears is our starting running back, we in trouble. They're like, what you mean? He's a good. What you? I said, man, that's a basic back. That ain't no championship back. I said, y'all want him back? To me, him leaving the way he did is a good sign. This is secretly a low-key good sign. And it was funny how Mario put it. Was like, I'm sorry, Henry, but our backfield a little bit too potent right now, buddy. We're gonna look out for you. Make sure you land in a nice spot. We thank you for coming in here, filling in a stopgap for us until we get our program where we want it to be at. I think he is a great recruiter. But the bottom line is nobody can change this new era of college football where when you do recruit, you got a chance of that player leaving. I mean, everybody, you see what happened to Alabama. Nick Saban left, 30-some players got up and left. I mean, that's just something you're going to have to deal with. We still have to rate our recruiting class. As you say, Kane, it's an automatic B because we didn't get our top guy. So a recruit don't mean nothing. You wouldn't say that, Cuban Kane, because I don't believe in that. I don't believe one player is going to determine an automatic grade reduction just because he's the top player. That don't mean just so what? If we got enough players to constitute an 8, so what? You might have a situation where Florida just loaded with talent. You don't get the top guy. That don't mean nothing. And I don't blame Mario for that because I just think since you're a Manning guy, sounds like to me.
Nope, I'm not.
Manning ain't give that man no love at the beginning. And to me, in my mind, I think he would have felt like a traitor. He would have felt dirty if he would have switched out and came to Miami. I think he's just more of one of those character guys. Like, man, I done made my commitment. I feel dirty if I switch over and come back to Miami. Too late now. Y'all lost out on me. He stuck with it. We tried to pull him. But the more and more we tried to pull him, the more he felt dirty. Like, if I go to Miami, the whole nation going to hate me for this shit. And I'm going to hate myself because I'm going to feel like a little traitor. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Our program wasn't worthy enough to. And maybe he had a little love for Miami. I don't know how Miami approached him at his beginning of his career and showed him love. Like I'm seeing the little young dude Blaze, the little Blade Rudolph, the little 10-year-old fastest guy in Florida. He in Miami now. See, that's the beginning. He had a little 10-year-old, class of 2030.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get like that. Man, stop playing with me. Yes, sir. No, big dog still got him.
You throwing that up?
Oh,
Let me throw it with you.
That's where it starts. Giving them kids a love, being a fan of the team. There was a point in the time where the kids in South Florida wasn't a fan of Miami as growing up to where they don't care if we win or lose, and they come to Miami because they're a fan, like Duke Johnson.
The get-go here as a junior, and tell me about why you picked Miami in the get-go.
First of all, Miami's been a school that I've been loving since growing up. I was a child loving Miami, and it was always my dream if I was to ever have the opportunity to go to the University of Miami, that'd be the school that I would attend. And now that the opportunity is here, I'm still gonna do what I said I was gonna do as a child.
Like Bane. Bane one of them guys, like, man, I'm grown up a Miami fan. I don't care if they trash or good, I'm going. So that's what we got to get back to, and I see him doing that. So, you know, he ain't good on X's and O's, but he good at this little cute, his coffee and his little what the little Latino nation. You know what I'm saying? We need to get them fans involved. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a full stadium of Latinos cheering on the Canes.
Shaq, could I counter?
Hold on, let me ask you one more question, and then you can ask him. Studio. So let me ask you this question: do you feel that we should go get a guy from the transfer portal
At running back?
Yes.
Heck no. We good.
That's what
we need.
That's okay. That was my original question. Why is it talks of going to get a transfer portal running back when the general statement was we had this many guys at this one particular position, someone was bound to leave, but yet you're telling me that you're going to convince someone to come into a house that you just said was full? It doesn't make any sense to me.
So are we actually actively looking for a running back, or is that fan talk?
No. Mario Cristobal stated that in so many words, we're looking at all positions.
Well, he's supposed to say that. He's been saying that.
But they are looking for a running back.
Wow.
So studio, I wanted Manny gone after Central Michigan, and I wanted Mario gone after Southern Miss. I'm not a fan of either of these coaches, right?
Okay.
So now you said that Mario is this great recruiter, right? What makes him a great recruiter?
Well, as far as I could tell, he's bringing in some of the top flight players. Now, whether these players turn out to be whether they are, that's a whole nother story. Because you got a such thing as recruit bust, just like draft pick bust. He might be a first rounder. Everybody look like it, but when he get in the league, he don't turn out that way.
I hear you. I understand you, right? But this is my thing. This is what, again, we're going on year 3, and on the defensive side, he has three of his recruits starting on that side, right? On the offensive side, I don't know. He probably has about 3 or 4 recruits of his recruits starting on the offensive side. This is year 3. If he was this amazing recruiter, you don't have your players starting at year 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is that, you know, this is a problem. Your best player on your team is not your recruit, right? That goes to Cam and Restrepo. We're in year 3 already. You know what I'm saying?
But this is just his year 3, right?
Yeah, this is year 3.
This year 3. So we can't call him yet. For all we know, all his players start, all his players get us to the promised land. Year 3. We don't know yet.
We don't know what I'm saying, but as of right now, the 2 best players on the team, right, is Cam Ward and Restrepo, right? If you want to
I don't know.
It is.
I ain't gonna say Cam Ward yet.
Well, okay, we can't
2
say
best players on the team. No.
Okay, whatever.
Not yet.
We'll agree to disagree, right? But
because I ain't convinced that Cam Ward and them running to get him like that. That's why I'm saying that.
I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jordan.
I was just going to say, apparently, Studio One has not seen the highlights from the first few days of spring practice. He had that one throw, and then hell, Studio. Yeah, I love you and all, but you got to pay attention, bro. They were throwing balls in the net, dude. They were hitting the net. How can you not say Cam Ward is not the greatest thing on. No, they weren't in Green Tree. You can't say that Cam Ward is not the greatest thing at the indoor practice facility because he's hitting the net, dude. He made a throw.
One thing I can say, Cuban Kane. You might not agree with, okay, Mayor, about the greatest line coach. Okay, I don't know about the greatest, but he's good. He's good because that's the most noticeable improvement on the Miami Hurricane team is the offensive line. And then when you look at the depth, you got, I don't know, these guys.
Don't talk about that because when we played that bowl game, that damn Cristobal was playing. And if we have that much debt, that boy should not have never been playing. So I don't want to hear that.
Hold on. See, now that's that whole topic of him sandbagging. That's a whole nother topic. So
what do you mean sandbagging?
Well, you said it earlier. You said what word you use? Mario's is slow. Something you use. I can't remember the exact word you just used.
I forgot.
He's slow dragging us along. Something of that nature.
Oh, yeah, he's milking it. He's
milking it. That's what I mean. But it's the same thing as sandbagging. If you're milking your schedule, you're not trying to really win to get a big draft pick. That's the same thing. A little bit different in semantics, but generally the same context. And I really believe he sandbagged or milked the season last year. He could have won 2 or 3 more games easily.
Yeah, but you just said depth, right? When you said depth, I could just counter at that because bowl game, right? Our team looked completely weak. We had Cristobal starting on the offensive line. We have Brashard and George committing, these dumb penalties, mistakes off the field, so on and so forth. And we don't have players, we don't have receivers to replace them, right? Our running backs are going down left to right. You know what I'm saying? It just seems you're saying that we're building depth. I do not see it. Our cornerbacks, we have no cornerbacks. This is my thing. If he was such a great recruiter, why the bleep we don't have cornerbacks? why we don't have safeties? It's like I don't care about them damn recruiting stars. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I care about results. We don't have a Mario QB. You know what I'm saying? We don't have. We have a running back. We don't have a tight end. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I keep hearing about we're building depth, but we're still, something that Shaq said, we're still going to the transporter. If he's doing such a great job at recruiting, why the bleep are we going why are we taking 10 to 20 players from the transfer portal every single year? You got rid of the many players. Why are we still getting these damn transfer players?
The reason why is because the nature of the game is you're going to lose players every year now. So you can't, the recruiting class is over. You done got the people to sign. But then all of a sudden you're like, man, 10 people, I'm transferring this next portal open. Now you're like, oh, shoot, we got to get 10 people. We got to get a few players to replace them. It just is a little bit broken system, in my opinion. I think they need to, I want them to make the money they're going to make. But if you're a player, you transfer, and then you go in spring, like, oh, it ain't working, I'm going to transfer again. Some of these players transferring 3 times in less than an 18-month period. You're like, they can't even get into class. Is this about class now, or is it, I don't know, man. It's kind of stupid a little bit.
Okay. I understand it from both perspectives, but I understand what you're saying, Studio, and obviously Cuban, you and I, we see eye to eye on that. It's just like, Studio, guys are at a risk for leaving, but you're going to get guys to play over them, and so it's kind of like you and like I say, Studio, I agree with you in this particular aspect of it. It's like, well, kind of what Wayne said is really not any loyalty, but Wayne is talking about the QB cornerback room or secondary, And that was a topic that we're gonna get to, but I wanna hit this Henry Parrish topic because Studio, you brought up something that was interesting. And I agree. Henry Parrish was not a dynamic running back by any stretch, but I do think that he was serviceable. Now I may catch some flack for this, and cool. Again, we're on the round table. We're not all supposed to just be in agreement with everything. That's what makes this. I feel like that's what makes this conversation good. But I didn't. The staff said something before the season started, and they stuck to it. And again, I will give them credit where credit is due. They said whoever is the hand, that's who we're gonna ride.